You know what we call this in the United States? God's ketchup, right there.
I've never heard that before. I think he just made it up.
Is this how the other half lives all the time?
One of those things just never happened.
When somebody rips one, you know it, and it's not yours.
It was like Bugs Bunny when he like smelled the carrot soup.
That is the most random thing. What are you talking about?
It's impossible.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Overseasoned, coming to you live from Manila.
It's not live, Tony.
I'm
not live.
used to it. It's November 23rd.
Okay.
We're here for a few. You're going to be here for a few weeks, but I'm here for like just 2 more days. Then I'll
Yep.
be going back to cook a Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Right
turkey
into it.
in the hotel.
We talked about that. Oh, you are.
I'm just gonna do it. You know what I mean?
You're going to cook it in the hotel. You're
If
just
they
going to.
let me, I would. If they let me, I would.
I'm
but
sure there's going to be a nice spread for the Marigans
yeah,
out there, right?
I'm looking forward to a little turkey Thanksgiving feast
Without the cleanup.
without the cleanup.
And you can dabble
without the
between
brining.
all the desserts you want. You can go to have also some, I'm sure they have some Filipino delights there too, and some
Yep.
Chinese delights. You get it all. I think
Yes.
you're going to be I think you're going to be in heaven. I think it's going to be great.
You know what? Maybe on Thursday.
Which part of town will you be
Thanksgiving
in?
Day, I'm gonna be at
BGC?
Shangri-La and BGC, and I'm gonna eat so much turkey. I want to do exactly what I would have done in the United States, which is eat too much, watch some movies, maybe watch a little football, and I will certainly bring some Filipino pesos on the side, so that one of the kuyas or ates, maybe they'll save me a turkey wing on the side before it gets to the table. And because I feel like everybody wants the wing. No? Do you want the wings? Do you like the wings?
It'll be interesting to go. I typically go for a leg, a thigh.
I'm a leg or thigh guy myself as well. So, but I feel like usually the carving of the turkey is best represented by the beautiful, like the breast that's sliced down. And I'm going to have to do some, a little bit of on the side maneuvering, a little bit of coercion, a little bit of,
Bribery.
New Jersey, a little New Jersey bribery.
I'm sure you're not going to have a problem getting a wing. You're a hotel guest, by the way. They'll get you a wing. I don't think you're going to. I think it's going to be
Let's
okay.
see. I'm hoping so.
You were saying something. I know we have something else to get into. I know we
Yes.
want to do a discussion about Christmas gift things like that. We'll get into that. But you were saying something in the car ride over here that I found so intriguing.
Oh.
About pasta primavera. And the first thing you started saying was how you make it with mussels and clams and a lobster you maybe pilfered from a restaurant here or there.
Yeah?
That's not pasta primavera. Pasta primavera is pasta and vegetables. It doesn't, just because you have a zucchini in the fridge while you're sauteing up all the seafood does not mean that you're making pasta primavera.
All right. Well, let me, we can.
Nathan, let me tell you where pasta
expand.
primavera came from.
I think it came from Le Cirque, no?
1975, Sergio Marchioni was a summer home in Nova Scotia, Canada. Somehow they still call it an American invention, but it was invented in Canada.
By an Italian.
Well, it's an Italian-American invention.
Oh,
because
I see.
It's got an Italian name.
Okay.
Where he experimented with ingredients after guests requested something lighter than the game and fish they had been eating. This is my favorite part. He combined butter, cream, and cheese and vegetables with pasta, creating a dish that he later introduced at his restaurant Le Cirque in New York City. The dish gained fame after a 1977 article in the New York Times, which described it as the most talked about dish in Manhattan. So, my friend, it's not like a cioppino with pasta and zucchini.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You're showing me photos. It's like, here's the lobster I put in. Here's the mussels. Here's the clams. Here's all this stuff. But I don't know what that is. But it's something different.
You know what it is?
That's like a fraud. That's like a
But I
pasta alla
put
mare or something.
tomatoes. I put zucchini. I put.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like fresh. It's not like cooked down into a tomato
yellow
sauce.
squash.
Okay.
Right. I put white wine in there, And,
Do you put cream? I think cream's
I don't
a
put
factor.
cream.
Yeah, I think it's got to be
so,
cream.
okay, so maybe it's not pasta primavera
No, it's not.
alla Marconi.
Hey, no, maybe about it. It's not pasta primavera.
All right, well, mine's pasta delicioso
There you go.
of the spring, right? Maybe mine is...
It's a lighter dish. Yours is a lighter dish.
Dude, listen. Yeah, mine's more like pasta alla vongole with spring accoutrement.
And clams.
And clams.
I'm sorry, and tomatoes.
And tomatoes.
And all the other
And
stuff.
shrimp.
Yeah.
And
So it's
like frutti di mare
frutti di mare. That's what I was trying
meets
to think of.
cioppino
That's it.
in the springtime in a picnic with their friends.
Okay.
Because there's a little bit of corn in there as well. Because nothing like... Listen.
The corn is the oddest part about it to me. Not
Why?
baby corn, but like
Not baby corn, like shucked white sweet corn.
that just gives it such an American. I dig it. I'm sure it'd be delicious.
Yeah.
But it changes the
How wild
force of the
that Mr. Marconi, right?
Marcioni. I don't know how to pronounce
Marcioni.
it, but the guy from the Cirque.
How wild it is that that gentleman with his summer house in Nova Scotia. Go ahead.
Marcioni's claim, he stated that his wife, Egidiana, made the dish from available ingredients during their stay in Nova Scotia. Ain't that always the case? Like Caesar salad, for example, which we had a fantastic Caesar salad, which you've been dreaming about here in Manila.
Caesar salad
at
of the
Wolfgang's.
year, maybe.
Invented in what? Tijuana? Right?
Tijuana.
Just from what the guy had around.
That's correct.
So here we find out from Sergio Marchioni himself that his wife just like grabbed some stuff out of the fridge and like made dinner, is what it's called. You just made dinner. Didn't include any seafood or meat. And there you got.
In Nova Scotia, like what a 1970s thing to do. You're surrounded by water. It's the like one of my favorite places to eat oysters. I mean, aside from Maine,
my favorite place to eat oysters is in Nova Scotia.
I've never been there.
You've never been there.
I've never been to Nova Scotia.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like if there's two things I think of when I think of Nova Scotia, it's that one, perhaps three things I think of from Nova Scotia. Maybe one is that the Vikings got here before Columbus, right? Because supposedly Newfoundland was discovered long before the Caribbean, right?
Okay.
That's the first thing I think of. Two, I think of oysters because Nova Scotia is very well known for those beautiful cold water delights.
Yeah.
And three, it's the only other place where if they're selling you lobsters, they'll actually call out that it's a hard shell, cold water Nova Scotia lobster. So aside from Maine, for Homarus americanus, I can't think of another place where you would go.
I agree. And apparently in Maine, like we have some friends who are in the lobster fishing business, and the water's getting a little warm there, so I could see it going up a little bit higher. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Anyway.
So I'm sorry for the misnomer, Senor
Just
Tony.
don't want to let that one keep going. I want to make sure we established what it is,
Okay,
what it
so
was,
really it's
who invented
carbonara.
it.
Will you
There's
tell me
no
those ingredients again?
bacon.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. It's
vegetables,
okay.
cream, to lighten it up with a little bit of cream and butter. It's a
Right.
vegetable pasta with cream and butter and cheese. That's it. There's no protein.
How
in it.
far we've come. Because that, to me, what you just described was a way to get kids who usually eat buttered noodles until they're 6, a way to hide vegetables in their food. What you just described.
They
that sounded
probably like the grocery stores were closed because of something, and they're like, "What are we gonna do? We can't add any shrimp to the or lobster to our pasta today." And they're all turning their hair out. She makes something with vegetables because of what they got, and it becomes a worldwide phenomenon.
Listen, if it's good for Zagat, it's good for me. So
Where were we starting? What were we gonna talk about? Christmas.
So okay, we're in Manila, and we're at Sage Studios in BGC. And if there's one thing you need to know about Manila and about Filipinos and about this time of the year is that it is Christmas full-fledged.
Everywhere.
This morning, when I woke up and opened up my window overlooking the pool, trying to get a little sunlight in the eye, I looked outside and there were 2 men with a string next to the pool. They had set up the string, and they were doing pretend boxing. They were like doing some sparring. It looked like this older man was like just trying to keep his fitness up. And, you know, nothing like a little Sunday box, right, to keep you on your toes, literally. But they both had Santa hats on. And I was like, man, I love this country. And if you ever get a chance or an opportunity to make it to the Philippines, you just, well, I don't know what it is. I mean, like,
I saw in the hotel today, they were putting up their Christmas decorations, and it's like November, whatever it is, middle of November. And I'm like, you guys are late to the party. Like, these malls on September, 12:01 a.m.
on
September 1st.
August 31st. Exactly.
September, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
no,
September
I agree.
1st, it is all Christmas.
It's the
all the time
holiday
on every floor
season.
with more decorations than you don't. They must have warehouses for all these things in the off season, which is probably about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like somewhere that are just, they're massive amounts of every little inch decorated with Christmas. It's something to behold.
Listen, man. If you're lacking Christmas spirit, get your ass to the Philippines. Because we walked through the mall the other day, Rustans, and there are so many tchotchkes. There's like little Christmas elves. There's little reindeer everywhere. There's
every
fake
tree
snow.
is
Where do they
decorated
put all the fake
differently in every little corner, and there are thousands of Christmas trees. Yes,
thousands. And then we have an office that's in Quezon City, which is a part of Metro Manila, and we're driving around there yesterday just in traffic, and I think I saw the largest fake tree I've ever seen in my life, unless it's real, which is also a feat unto itself, but it must have been 60 feet.
Where was it?
70
Mega
feet, right in front of the Gateway Mall by Araneta.
Oh, right, yeah.
This tree, like, who put the star
It's
up
not a
there?
real tree. They don't have real trees here. They can't.
Well,
cut
then
them
it's a
down.
fake tree.
Right.
And whoever risked their life to put the star on top, I mean, dude, it's 5 stories tall.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And I'm like,
it's
you
pretty
guys
amazing.
are incredible. Like, and, you know, as much as I want to, you know, I have a little bah humbug deep inside me.
Do you?
Like, I can't take Mariah Carey. I just can't. Like, all I want for Christmas
That's
is
enough.
for that song to end. That song needs to stop, right? Please. Like, Bill Murray, like, I get it. Like, I understand. Like, it's just like, again, right? But, you know, when I come here, yeah, like,
You like it?
The
You like it,
frown turns upside down. It's
Turn
like
the other way.
you slowly become brainwashed. And I hear the, and then I'm the one with the, ba-doom, doom, doom. And fuck yeah. Like, let's go. It only takes like 3 days. And like by the 4th day, I'm in the background. Anyway, so since it's the season, and most of us are restaurant people, right? And we have some friends out there who have very particular pain in the ass loved ones that we have to buy presents for. We figured, why not take advantage of this time to give you ample opportunity to get that Amazon shopping list together and buy the perfect gift for the pain in the ass restaurant person in your life.
So this is for foodie people.
I think so,
Yeah.
because is there an item that you want that doesn't have to do with food or beverage? I'm sure.
No,
No,
not
right?
really. No.
Everything we think about, everything we want is food centric.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, you know, it's just that, you know, it's all the things it's all I think about.
It's like that meme with like the woman who's like, he's probably thinking about her or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
And
it's
I'm
like
scrolling through the JapanesePantry.com looking for the
for
latest
that perfect
sesame
barbecue.
oil.
Yeah. So let's go there. All right. So we put a list together of really cool. Do you have that list, Tone?
Yeah, I have some like. I thought it was just I'm ready to go.
All right, cool. So here are some things
Some random ideas.
to buy for that particular chef or chef
Our
wannabe
number one thing
in
I
your
believe,
life.
is our collaboration with Vader Knives
Oh,
and Cacio
man,
Pepe
don't
tarot
even get me
cards.
started with
That-
how much I love that man. All right, so we're talking about the one and only,
Jeffrey
the
Fader.
I'm with you, of American icons.
Jeffrey Fader of FaderKnives.com. We collaborated with him on a knife set that's an offset serrated knife paired with a fork.
Yes.
Those kind of things that you never really, as a cook, you don't really, they're a higher ticket item that you don't really want to buy for yourself. And they're those items that you can work around it. You can work around it. But once you have it, it's the perfect tool.
To me, the serrated knife, to start, is just, it's an everyday tool that you never knew you needed until until you have it. And cutting a tomato, sure, you can do it with a chef knife. Sure, you can do it with a Santoku knife.
Yeah.
But when you get that perfect serrated knife and you slice down an heirloom tomato,
You're going to have a lot of heirloom tomatoes to go through because it's going to be such an enjoyable experience.
Oh.
You can't stop.
And here's the thing is that most high-quality craft knives don't necessarily come like a high-quality like craft knife. They don't make serrated knives, right?
Of course, yeah, there'll be a bread knife, but the offset nature of it gives you just a little bit more flexibility on the board. Your knuckles don't hit. It's not just for bread. You can use it for all kinds of stuff.
What other kinds of stuff would you use it for?
I like to use it for, for some odd reason, the first thing that comes to my mind is like cutting the rind off of a cantaloupe.
Cutting the rind off a cantaloupe.
It gives you a nice control. You can just like slice it right off.
Ooh, so what you're saying is it most likely would have an incredible effect on a pineapple as well.
Sure.
Sure thing.
Of course.
And I love pineapples.
Well, you just got a lot of control there from those teeth. The teeth are meant to like hold things in place while you cut them. That's where that comes from. That's why you can't cut like a loaf of French bread with a chef's knife. It'll just squish it, right? But the teeth kind of hold it in place nicely. It gives you a little bit more control.
I love that. And it also comes with what part?
A fork.
A fork.
Like a roasting fork, which is it's a nice little tool for mixing up a pasta. Plating a pasta makes it fun, right? Just slicing that other little set of hands.
The thing that I love most about Fader Knives, Feder, is faderknives.com, right?
Yes.
Okay. The thing I love most about Fader Knives, and I've said this before in a previous podcast, it's an inspiration to want to have children because I feel like these are beautiful heirloom products. And Jeff, even though we're talking about you and the high quality things that you make, I don't care if you don't think that these are beautiful, gorgeous heirlooms. I think they are. All right. This is my gift for me. All right. I'm going to get one for myself.
He doesn't mind that. He just wants it to be used.
They should be used. That's the beauty of them. But how many gifts can you give to the loved one in the food lover in your life that are made by the beautiful, strong, manly hands of a craftsperson in a cold, workshop in the middle of New York? How many things can you still buy that are made by Americans?
Not many.
Very few.
That
very
jerky
few
from the last podcast, and you're set to go. But these ones also come with a really interesting set of tarot cards that are all food focused.
Oh, tell me more about this.
It's fun, right? It has like cacio e pepe, then a kind of, I don't know. It's all food archetypes.
Ooh, food archetypes.
Of, what do they call the jester, the fool? I don't know what that kind of stuff is.
I don't.
I've
never had
explaining it all.
my fortune read.
You haven't? You're
No.
scared to?
But if I did have my fortune read, the only way I could truly understand and identify it would be is if they somehow related it to food.
There you go.
So I 100% am behind this. So for the food lover in your life, go to
FaderKnives.com. It's a collaboration. And look for the yellow, black, white, red knives. It says, collaboration with Overseasoned and cacio e pepe. But we colored them off of salt, pepper, ketchup, mustard.
Ooh, love it. All right, so that's a great gift.
Some things that you had on your list were Boom Chili Crisp.
Yeah, so my good friend Sam Supipat, that's how he said it, Supipat. My good friend Sam Supipat has a cousin, a Thai cousin, that's based in LA. I'm going to look this stuff up. And, the chili crisp has become a phenomenon, right? And obviously, we've got friends, you know, and long story short, you know, chili oil and all kinds of things. I love those kinds of gifts. One, because they're shelf stable. Two, they can add incredible flavor to any kind of dish. And who doesn't like a little spice in their life, right? So anyway, his cousin makes really cool products. And if you go to boonsauce.com, Sam is a Thai guy with Thai heritage, and they sell this stuff called Boon sauce. They also have chili and garlic Kennebec potato chips. They have a really cool hoodie on here.
That's an interesting combo.
Yeah.
I would pair those with, have you ever had, I've taken you to the dim sum spot. I know can't do the gluten anymore, but I've taken you to that dim sum spot in New York.
Namois. Yes,
Namois, which
yes.
I love. And you can get those on Goldbelly. We always have some in the freezer. I think it's a good gift too. Where you can get the same dumplings you get in the restaurant in your freezer. All you got to do is get a little steamer.
Ooh.
Little bamboo steamer.
Ooh. Love bamboo.
Steam them up. Have them with some chili crisp.
Ooh.
Great.
Now, my favorite way to use chili crisp, if anybody actually cares out there, I love to do like veggies. Get like some asparagus, cut them into like some coins, right? Or get some broccoli, and after I give them a nice little wash, I'll put them in like a saute pan. I'll get it nice and hot. The residual water from the wash is in there. I'll essentially
wait. The residual water from the wash. What is
yeah.
that?
So like for example, I'll get some broccoli. I'll slice it into like the crowns I want, bite-sized crowns. I'll run it through cold water.
Oh, okay. Just
so that it has
Got it.
There's no dirt on it, and more importantly, there's a little bit of water on there. I'll get a pan nice and hot.
for that'll steam it.
Yes, I'll get a pan nice and hot. I'll put some slivers of garlic into a pan. Just give it a nice little toast, a slight caramelization. I'll add the broccoli back into the pan with just a little bit of water on it and cover right away. Because what I'm trying to do is first steam it just a little bit and also stop the garlic from cooking in the olive oil or the oil that you use so it doesn't burn.
Too toasted, yeah.
And like literally like 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes is all you need. And then I'll take it off. It has steamed. It's got a slight char on it, or like it's starting to get a little caramelization on the broccoli because it's...
But not the garlic?
Not the garlic, because I don't know. The water like goes onto the bottom of the pan, and it doesn't for some reason. I don't know. Yes, the laws of thermodynamics don't apply to Lydia's house in Sarasota. All right, and then once the broccoli is like a nice bright green, and you can see it's starting to cook a little bit on the inside, I like to put some chili crisp, some of this Boone chili crisp. I'll throw it right on top of the broccoli, like maybe like a spoonful, and then I'll get a nice grass-fed butter, maybe like 2 tablespoons cold. Throw it right in there. I'll cover it back up, give it a couple tosses, and boom, salt, pepper. You got a perfect little, if an Asian Thai guy and a French guy had a friend that they wanted to invite and impress both, got a delicious little...
Call it primavera and have a party.
Yes. I don't know how to say spring in Thai, or I'd call it that. But yes, it's a delicious little side dish to accompany your dinner. So that's another fun little sauce for you to check out, and it's an inexpensive way to make sure that the chef in your life
I keep
feels
trying not
loved.
to mention the Marzocco espresso machine that we just saw at that coffee shop here. I really want that guy. It's a pricey item, but I might have to get that for myself. That's on my list, ladies and gentlemen. A Marzocco individual personal espresso machine.
Dude,
it runs about $4,000.
I'll tell you this right now.
But how many coffees do I have to not purchase at the local shop to like have that make sense? Is that like a year, 2 years?
Yeah, I don't think it's as many as you think, because
it's probably
you go to a coffee shop and now
1,000
in today's
days.
world,
3 years. It'll pay
in
for
today's
itself.
world. So let's
including the coffee.
Let's legitimize this. So Marzocco, let's do a little bit deeper of a dive, and this is for anybody who truly loves Tony Iazzi. there's a few of you listening, and I think that, we're going to sell you on why this is a great gift. So, to start, Marzocco is one of like the highest quality espresso machines and like a classic in the third wave movement in Rome. In all great cafes, you've most likely seen a Marzocco espresso machine. They have a lion etched on the corner, and there are technicians who have made careers out of repurposing Marzocco machines. They pour the perfect espresso. Now, Marzocco, those cunning little marketers that they are, have figured out how, instead of getting you to spend 25 grand on a grand espresso machine with multiple cells and multiple outlets, they have figured out how to they've designed a little guy, which is, I want to say, like 12 inches by 12 inches by 24. Fits on your countertop. Actually fits perfectly on Tony Azi's countertop. They come in these cool colors, like Vespa red. They got like a Lamborghini yellow one. I've seen them in pink. I've seen them in white. I've seen them in orange. But long story short, let's do the math. So if you're buying 2 or 3 espresso a day, and the time
Sometimes
it
I just think they
takes,
hit single espresso twice. You know what I mean? A single espresso might be $3, but they like hit the button twice instead of it being like it's $3 for a single shot. Which who gets a single shot of anything anymore? And it's like $4.50 for a double shot. It'll just be $6 for a double shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, listen, espresso is expensive, and honestly, this will segue into what I think would be an incredible gift for the person you love in your life who enjoys coffee. There is nothing like a freshly poured espresso, and there is also nothing like a freshly ground coffee bean. Freshly ground coffee beans are the bomb. And I didn't experience this until I actually bought my own coffee grinder. I think coffee grinders are an excellent gift, and the one that I like, or at least my first dive into a coffee grinder, is called I believe it's called the Baratza Encore. So let me tell you about it. So it's about $150, but check it out. You have the ability to adjust your grind. If you want a coarser grind, for example, to do something like a French press coffee or a cold brew coffee, and then you can go to a much finer grind, like if you were going to make an espresso.
I have a fellow coffee machine and I love it. I have a grinder that I got from there. It's pricey. I think it was like I got it years ago.
Okay.
But having that nice control over the grind is pretty amazing.
Well, and here's the thing, is that the moment a bean is ground, it's from that moment losing its intensity, its perfume, its flavor.
There's also all this geeky stuff about friction and heat and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, and I haven't gone that deep down the...
Oh, please.
Not yet. I mean, I'm sure I will.
There's time.
But long story short, it's made of conical burrs, and I can't really get deep into why
One thing so I love this brand, Fellow Coffee Machines. I have the pour over things. I have the little kettle with the little goose, all the fancy stuff, and the grinders. I have 2 of them actually. But I just got a coffee machine from them, just for a pot of coffee, because what I love the most about it, this coffee machine, is that it's insulated pot.
Oh, that's right.
So it doesn't cook the coffee the whole time. It's not heating it the whole time.
It's not sitting on an element and just
right. So it just goes into an insulated pot.
Cooked on one
and
side.
their carafes, their French presses are insulated too, which is amazing. It stays hot for hours.
That's pretty cool.
Right? And it's like, how did it take us so long to get to this point where this really simple tech-free...
That's smart.
...is insulated? So there's a coffee pot that they have as well. And personally, I think there's way too many functions to... It gets a little deep on like weighing the coffees and what kind of...
calibrating.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever the look. I know it, maybe I'm dating myself, but if it's Wi-Fi fucking enabled to your app, chances are I'm not going to want to use that feature.
Yeah.
Or care about it at all.
Yeah.
Yet the machine was having issues and it wasn't working until I downloaded the app and
Get
made
out
sure
of
I could
here.
update the software
No.
for the coffee machine.
No.
Yeah. So I was a little crestfallen because I really like the brand.
What's the brand?
Fellow
Fellow.
coffee machines.
Understood.
It's fantastic. I just feel like stop pushing it that far. Just
Right.
an on
It
switch.
shouldn't need an
On
it shouldn't
switch.
Need a software
Here's the
update.
water. That's where the grinds go. On, makes the coffee into the, insulated pot. I'm a happy man.
Yeah.
As soon as there's an
Simple
app
is better.
involved.
I know. But can you at least use that app, for example?
No, they had to replace it. They had to replace the coffee machine because it wasn't working. I couldn't make coffee.
No way.
Yeah. And when you're waking up in the morning, the first thing you do is make coffee. So the brand I think is fantastic. I know they will fix it. I just think that brands in general, this is the second one I've gotten.
Stop
I got
it
two.
with the apps.
I got a 2. But stop with the apps.
I agree.
I saw a coffee mug. I've probably mentioned this before because it's my go-to, like
You
a
have a
coffee
go-to
mug. Well, one of the things that I mentioned about like when the world has truly gone crazy is when your mug has an app to control the temperature in the mug, so
Is
it
that
stays
real?
consistent. Oh yeah, it's real.
That's too much.
That's too much. It's been too much. It's not a new thing. It's been around.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's coffee, not software.
So with your holiday gifts, ladies and gentlemen, stick with things that can stand the test of time.
Stick with things that if you're on a camping trip, you could at least plug in and just use
You
it.
gotta update the app.
Come on, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. All right.
It's
so
like you take something so
we
elemental.
bought and unbought that gift.
Well, look. I think that the French press is fantastic.
French press is
Zero
great.
tech, pour over coffee, and the grinder is so important. Don't go buying fancy coffees if you don't have a fancy grinder.
Listen,
It's true.
I agree. No, I agree. A great coffee grinder, a great grinder for your coffee is irreplaceable. And honestly, if you are a fan of coffee and you haven't tried it, I think it's a great thing to dive into. For $150, you can really start to appreciate the difference in this high quality grind. Even if you're just doing a simple drip coffee, buying fresh beans is a big level up.
Sure.
I agree. I'm also a huge fan of cold brew.
Yes, you are my. He will ask anybody, anywhere, for a cold brew when it's very obviously they have no idea what he's talking about. You can't just say iced coffee at some places and cold brew in other places. So they're like, order it over ice, sir. Yes, just give him a cold coffee. And then we go to the fancy cafe, like a little hipster, very modern cafe on just before podcasting. He's like, do you understand? Do you know what a cold brew is? I'm like, the one place which actually knows how cold. You've got so gun shy about asking for it.
Listen, cold brew to me is like the way to drink coffee. I love it. Now, a hot espresso is great. I also love a flat
You like
white.
to enjoy it for a bit. You do like a flat white.
The cold brew to me, number one, reasons why cold brew is fantastic.
You like to tag team. You like an espresso and a cold brew.
Yeah, because sometimes you gotta just you need everything.
I drink cold brews too fast, so I like.
But here's what I love about the cold brew, Tony. First off, is when you make a cold brew, so you do a nice coarser grind, you throw it into your cold brew coffee pot, and you let it steep overnight. And you can have different recipes, like how much do you put in there? Do you like a lighter brew? Do you do it for 12 hours? Do you do it for 18 hours? But what I really love about a cold brew is the following. First, it's very simple to do. You do it overnight and you throw it in your fridge. Secondly, once you remove your coffee grounds off of the liquid, off of your water, now you got cold brew that's good for, honestly, as long as you keep it closed, up to 5 days. And lastly, you could do a big pot and you're not worried about throwing it out because it's shelf stable as long as you keep it cold.
Sure.
So it also, to me, is an incredible way for a delicate or more robust, high-quality coffee. It's a great way to taste the flavors of it. I feel like there's a lot of fruity nuance that you get from cold brew that you wouldn't normally get from a hotter cup of coffee.
Speaking of fruity nuance, you were talking to me about some olive oils.
Ooh, yes.
Are you going to go Italian, Spanish, or American with your gift buying?
What do you mean in terms of the olive oil?
Yeah.
If I were going to choose olive oil, I would be choosing a Spanish one.
I knew that.
Yeah, you knew
Because
that.
that's the way it's going to go. But I've been really liking this olive oil. There's 2 labels. It's called Nobleza del Sur.
What is it called?
Nobleza del Sur.
Nobleza.
Organic.
Nobleza. In Spain, it would be Nobleza del Sur.
Excusez-moi.
Excuse.
And there's 2 labels. One's called Nuit, and I think it's depending on the varietals. It's
Cool.
really a fantastic finishing oil. Because you were telling me a lot of Spanish
wow.
oils are like mellower. And
I've noticed.
this one has a nice fruity punch, like a nice floral expression.
Nice.
Does the wine guy say?
Yeah, nice
really
floral
good.
expression.
Come up to Beacon sometime. We'll have some beef jerky and some
Nobleza del Sur.
Nobleza del Sur.
Now,
And there's another one. I think it has I can't find the label right now, but it has another thing on the label. Oh, it's a bee. There's a bee one and a butterfly one. They're fantastic.
okay.
I hide them in the fridge, and I just so nobody, if they're ever around, doesn't grab it by mistake. I keep it it's like my personal little stash.
I love that.
Yeah.
Olive oil is a great gift. Olive oil. Now, we were talking about this earlier. If you're a fan of really intense, like more green, bitter, Tuscan olive oil is the way to go. There's a lot of great brands of Tuscan olive oil. But the Italians, based on much of what I've heard,
There's a lot of shady business.
there's
that
some
can
shady
go on,
mafia stuff happening. Hope you don't kill
I'm
me.
sure you're okay with like the very smaller varietal brands. I would assume, right?
Yes.
Versus the
Small production, Tuscan olive oils. A lot of the great wineries make great olive oils. And in general, the Tuscan olive oil is definitely green, a little more bitter, a little more piney, definitely intense and almost tannic. Like they have an intensity to them that is delicious and unique, but maybe not as easy for like salads and stuff.
You know what's weird?
Yeah.
I saw it at the grocery store the other day. My grocery store in Wappinger Falls, New York. They had fresh olives.
Fresh olives?
Fresh.
And what's this store called?
It's called
Wappinger?
Adams Fair Acres Market. It's a
Okay.
fantastic supermarket. It's great. You'd love it.
Cool.
But they had fresh olives. I'm like, what is anybody doing with fresh olives?
Brining them?
Are they?
I guess. That's what I would do.
So weird.
Have you ever eaten an olive off the tree?
It's terrible.
It is
It's
terrible.
horrible.
And going to that, when I was in Catalunya, in Cambrils, which is a cool little beach town outside of Barcelona, this past
Were you really
summer.
there, or is this like the Nova
I was really
Scotia
there.
story where it's the only place you eat
What's that?
oysters? Or is it this like Nova Scotia is the
No,
only
well,
place you eat
here's
oysters?
the thing.
But
I was just going to explain to the world at large. If
You have
ever
been
go
to this
one of-
place?
Yeah, I have been.
Okay.
I was there for like
it's
2
real
weeks.
life. Okay.
In real life. So, one of my favorite things to do when you go to explore town is just walk around town, go find a coffee shop, get out of there and see it, And what was so incredible to me was like the olive trees, they grow like weeds out there. In Catalonia, like there's olives everywhere. And it just speaks to how entrenched in the culture it is. Like literally, dude, there was like this, they were redoing this, like this big piece of land into a hotel. And you could tell they'd been working on it for a couple years. And there was like little olive trees that were like just growing in the courtyard around this construction site. It's just olives freaking everywhere. And to that point, I really do love Catalonian olive oil. I mean, it's definitely a thing there. And one of the brands that you'll often see throughout from Catalonia, which is like the Mediterranean side of Spain.
Catalan, but Catalonia.
Catalonia is where they speak Catalan.
Okay, got it.
And there's a really great brand that I love, and they'll do different types of, they'll do different varietals of olive oil. And I think they just specialize, like the brand is just olive oil. It's not like a winery that makes olive oil or anything. And I'm pretty sure you can find it in the U.S. It's called Les Tournelles. And it has like this really cool bird eating an olive on an olive branch.
Nice.
On the label. I don't know. Something about this makes me feel real good. So if you're gonna find a special olive oil for someone who's special
some
in your
options.
life,
There's some
this is the one. This is the one.
The one that I suggest you can
Is
get
also badass.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. It's great.
Perfect. Olive oil is a great gift.
Another gift I think is a big tub of Maldon sea salt for the food lover in your life.
For
You
the
ever have to
food
mess
lover
around
in
with those
yours.
little boxes that you open up the little
And they explode.
the little bag explodes every
Yes,
time.
yes. I agree.
That
When you
nice
saw
salt
that, I
cellar
was
would be
jealous.
good, but like that big tub, I think it's like $100. I think it's like 100
Oh,
bucks.
is it
for
that
the big
expensive?
tub? I seem to remember it being
Okay.
around that because it's been a while. It takes you a while to work through that.
Well, and the great thing about salt is it doesn't go bad.
True.
Right? And what's so great about finishing salts and high quality salts is that when you're seasoning or when you're, it's just, it adds a beautiful texture. I mean, you don't know how much salt makes a difference in your food until you actually get one of these high quality salts.
Sure.
If you don't want to shell out for that big tub of Maldon,
No, you got to. It's Christmas. Go
It's
for it. It's the
Christmas.
holidays.
Do you
it's
love
your
them
food
or
lover
not?
friend likes cooking. They're gonna like this.
They're gonna love
Maldon
that
salt. Right? It's not a stocking stuffer. It's a gift.
well,
you know,
right. It's
If you want to mess around with like the smoked one they have, I don't.
I
think
like that one.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I just like. Just
Don't
give me a
get the
pure
smoked
salt.
salt for Tony.
I'm sure it's fine.
But you
I'm
can
sure it's
get it from
great,
me.
But I get some funky salt sometimes. And I just like salt. I like to do my own season. Right.
Okay.
I'll smoke something if I want it smoked. I don't need smoked salt. I'm still.
Sorry, Tony.
I'm still. I feel like that might be a little bit because I had some of the mezcal. I feel like I have this like
Tony,
allergy to smoky
what
things.
happened to you? Let's finish here because this will be the Christmas gift I've always wanted.
Really?
What the fuck happened with you and mezcal? There is like a huge.
It's not that big.
It's the artisanal
It's not that
drink
big.
of Mexico.
It does not agree with me, my
on a
friends.
growth path that is insane. It is made with specific agaves in specific towns. It has unique flavors. There's a connection to the Philippines because they were the ones who showed the Mexicans how to make mezcal. And it's one of the few spirits out there that's like wine. Like it has regional differences, and there's like you can taste the difference in agave, and it's beautiful. And you hate it.
Well,
Why?
The difference between mezcal and tequila is that
Yes.
mezcal is roasted and tequila is steamed, right?
Yes.
Right?
One of the
And
differences.
One of the different. One is tequila comes from tequila, champagne comes from whatever.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that smokiness just does not agree with me.
It doesn't.
I like even if I taste some in a little cocktail, I'm like, I'm going to set
Oh,
that
so you're
aside.
that averse to it that you
I just don't want to. I've had a few. I tried to like it because I love the whole story. I love the little pottery cups you drink it out of. I
Yeah.
love the whole thing. I want it to agree with me, but it's
want to
like
like it.
it's like you with a baguette.
I love baguettes.
Can't do it. You know what I mean? But I think that Filipino story, how they
I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
I don't.
true now. You said it.
From the deep, there's some like historic trade routes when Spain was here in the Philippines, and of course Spain was in Mexico. And I don't know what the trade route was called, and I don't know the specifics of the history, but there are certainly many accounts of how Filipinos were instrumental in the mezcal culture because they were going back and forth between the Philippines and Mexico, and the Filipinos were kind enough to share their lambanok recipe, and
which is a coconut vodka,
which is a distilled coconut
spirit.
and they helped to show Mexicans how they made lambanok, and then the Mexicans, instead of using coconuts, since I don't know that there's coconuts necessarily in Mexico unless it's more of a tropical area, but they do have lots of agave.
Which is an interesting thing to be. Let's use this thing we have growing
Well, and on that
here.
note,
Like, you can't. Do you eat agave? Can you eat it outside of it being
well, so
distilled?
It's dude,
like you can eat corn, and corn is what I mean?
Sure. So agave
must be sweet.
is a wild and rough and like spiny,
Right.
and if you fall on it, could fuck you up. Like they are thorny, and they're telling you not to touch them
Right.
because they're sharp and they've got these super huge spikes.
Peligroso.
They're peligroso. What a great vocabulary word. Well done. But so pulque, which is like the beer, essentially fermented beverage from the sap of the agave. I've never had
So it started with a fermented beverage from the sap.
I think it started with pulque, which they would make like, a little fermented bevy from it. And then from there it evolved. And now we have the mezcal culture that we all, except for you,
I appreciate it.
It's a cool story.
Yeah.
And I think in January, I'll have an opportunity to go visit and check out.
Yeah, we're looking. I was
Hopefully
invited like 5 minutes ago.
You were invited.
Have I just been uninvited?
No, well, I mean, why would you want to come if you're just going to throw up every time?
Tequila, it's a headache is different. It's not like a hangover. It's a different thing.
No, I know it's the flavor thing.
Yeah.
Maybe this is maybe the world's Christmas present to you. Maybe Ronnie Sanders' Christmas present to you as we go on an adventure through Jalisco and Guadalajara and Oaxaca and all this beautiful agave land. Maybe you'll learn to love mezcal.
It's not that I don't learn to love it. It doesn't, I'm just saying it's not a choice. But I'll give it another shot. If we go on this trip, if I'm re-invited on this trip.
No, you're invited. I want you to come. I want you to love it.
So what would you say, like, as a gift to tequila? You're a tequila aficionado.
I'm
there's
not an
been
aficionado.
You're not. You love tequila.
I love tequila, but I've gotten so into wine.
You've also been saying that there's there's a lot of things going around with like diluting the brands for things. So I'm interested in digging into that a little bit.
And we'll finish here. There's a whole wave of people that are super into tequila and the agave, and it's a really cool thing. I'm happy to see it for Mexico and the world at large. Agaves, first off, are a natural product. They grow on hillsides and lowlands, and they are, they're plants, right? They're succulents that grow out in the desert and in like these very rugged areas. And a lot of times, depending on where they grow or depending on, the soil composition, they'll change in flavor. And these agaves usually take anywhere, on the low end, maybe 5-6 years, but some of these agave fields could be like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old before they're harvested to then cut the thorns and I don't know what they're called, stamens. What the fuck whatever. The sharp
leaves.
Maybe they're leaves. We'll find out soon.
Yeah.
But when they mash them and then get the sap out and the juice, and they all have different flavors. Anyway,
a varietal. They call it in the term. It's like a varietal. That's the word they use
for agaves.
For distilled things.
Yeah, and ultimately there is big waves happening in the tequila world because some of the larger brands out there, like Casamigos and Don Julio.
What's the one in the nice ceramic that you like?
I'm not that guy.
You're not Casa Azul?
I'm not a Clase Azul guy.
Clase, not Casa.
It's fun.
What is a Clase Azul guy? Is that?
I'm not a Clase Azul guy. They are.
It's like a sweeter.
That's correct. And this going right to it. It's not that it's a bad tequila. It's just a cheater's tequila. Because what they're doing is instead of putting it in a French oak barrel to develop
Clase
that
Azul.
flavor.
This or this? Okay.
Listen, I'm not a chemist. I haven't done the tests. It's just in the tequila purist.
Come on. You just
world.
pulled out the brand of Worcestershire sauce from a beef jerky that you found in Beacon, New York, and now you're not the now you can't tell. Now you're not the chemist, but you know the brand of condiment that's used.
But there's many tequila purists and loyalists that are calling out these brands that are most likely adding vanillin extract, not vanillin that is derived from the barrel, which is naturally the case, but where they're actually adding chemical components to the finished spirit in order to mimic the flavor you would get from normally resting age and aging the spirit in barrel. And
It's kind of like having truffle oil that's not
it's the
come from
truffle
truffles.
oil
Yeah.
pandemic of tequila. So if you're going to buy a tequila out there, I would say you want Cascaween. And I'll leave it there, and you can thank me later, and hope you have a wonderful Christmas. And my Christmas present, I hope this year, is that my best friend and overseasoned compatriot Tony Ayazi finds in his heart and in his olfactory senses to fall in love with mezcal.
In a La Marzocco espresso machine.
And a Marzocco espresso machine. Have a great holiday. Happy
holiday.
shopping. And buy yourself an overseasoned
Knife set.
Fader Knives knife set, because that's the real way you show somebody you love them, and we love you.
Right on. Thank you
Merry
very
Christmas.
much. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Overseasoned podcast was brought to you by Over Easy Office, outsourced bookkeeping solution.